Welcome to the Heavenly Tea. This is a little nature interlude. I went on a beautiful trip just to my local park and experienced nature in all its fullness and had a chat with Amma, the earth. Turns out she was playing a little game with me. But you'll see why, because it was about the healing journey and what we can really experience with nature that most of us have simply forgotten in our busy lives, attempting to make the next pound or dollar to feed ourselves and clothe ourselves and entertain ourselves. And we forget that there's so much richness, so much adventure just on our doorstep. We fly great miles to other places, but we can have adventure here and now. I'm not against flying great miles to other places. I'm for exploring what we have right under our noses, expanding our state of happiness, vitality, and really benefiting from all that this planet has to give us. All of our news is about cities and urban and industry. And there's plenty of news about the so-called green agenda because we're presented with facts. Facts are just organized thoughts presented to us by an authority figure to make us do certain things and not do other things. The reality is entirely different. Nature is the queen and king here. We need to befriend and understand and integrate. And then our life explodes exponentially in richness. So enjoy my little journey here. And I want to say I'm beginning a new show on gnostiktv.com. And you're going to find this new show. I'll put little clips up on the Heavenly Tea, so you can just sail right over and find me there. But it's called New Earth Mamas, and it's all about every single aspect of living your life, making a home. It's the byline: home, hearth, and children. These are the basic places from which all else radiates. We need to pay attention to this, our food, our education, how our children learn, what they learn, how we create a place that is safe and good, exciting and diverse for them to grow and expand in every single aspect of your life. On top of a hill, and I stopped because of this. Chamomile, good for sleeping. I'll collect some and dry it, and if I can't sleep, I'll mix it with lavender and lemon balm, and I'll be falling asleep instantly. Here we are, up on a hill, arrived at by a very cycly ride, a very rough, wild ride through the mud, big deep puddles, steep hills. You can see why my camera is a little shaky. I use a lot of energy on this bike ride, but just a few miles away from my house, up quite a few hundred meters. And here we are on top of the world for a moment. This is where I live. Well, not precisely, but deep down in one of those valleys. Not completely deep down either, is where I live. This is the big hill, the big Mama Papa hill, above where I live. So I can pretend I'm on holiday, which I kind of am, because what's being on holiday except for broadening your horizon, seeing something else, feeling something else, being in another place. And of course, as you can see, gives me exposure to a lot of nature. This isn't natural nature. This is highly farmed, highly structured nature. However, still a lot of good stuff, like, look at this, hawthorn. I'll take a little tiny bit home, put it in my tea. Good for strength. It's got some iron in it. I think niacin as well. Good stuff. And you mix it with a little bit of, see that? That's hazel. And beyond that is, a sycamore tree. Can't have that for tea, but there we go. Now this is a perfect moment to film a story. Look at this woodland. You're going to see it through the filter of the screen and the camera, which is much more black and much more blue. In reality, it's much more golden and green. I'm sitting in this highly isolated woodland where there are supposed to be 2 footpaths, but for some reason they haven't been cleared. And this was the better of the two. And you can see this. I'm navigating it with my bicycle. Now the bicycle just tripped me up, so I'm just repairing my leg, which just got hit. The part you can't see, the ankle. I'm letting the earth energy heal it. What's that, you say? Well, let's talk about it. Amma is the name she gave me, Earth, when I have a chat with her. So I'm going to have a chat right now. Hope I can just hold the camera beautifully still. I might just let it be up to the ceiling. The sky. Well, we have a kind of ceiling here. And I'm going to have a chat with the Earth, how she can heal us. Nice one. There's the beautiful floor. I could film that, but let's see if we can turn it. Okay, there's our ceiling. I command my spirit, bring me to a place where I'm clear and open to speak with the Earth, the spirit of the Earth, that she may come through and speak to me clearly as I ask her about how she is healing my leg. So the bicycle fell onto my leg and it heavily bruised it, which of course is painful and could cause a problem if you're on a walk without something. But I know if I hold my ankle on the ground and connect with the energy of the Earth, it can be healed completely. So on the count of 5 to 0, I will be in contact with the Earth, Amma, she likes to call herself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 now. Amma soothes. This is a place of softness oozing through the ground. Technology is very little here. I can be myself, free, wild a little. Soft enough, cool enough, bright enough, dark enough. And you imagined what is true, filigrane whispers of energy coming through from the soil, from me, from the entirety of what we are. And just adding into your energetic field, plugging you in, rather like that video, that film, that movie, the Avatar, where they plug into the plants or the animals to exchange the energy. Except your plug is invisible to your eyes, but it is still filamentous. You can show an image actually of how Wi-Fi spreads through a space, because it is not dissimilar to that. It is more like the many split fibers of a seaweed or a willow tree as it branches finer and finer into tiny little twiglets. So this is my energy creeping up and around and adding a cooling and a brightness to reduce the inflammation, to keep the pain, to soften it, to soothe, so that all your little cells can do what they do so beautifully, and soothe and cushion and cool, and all will be right and healed soon. It is good you speak to me now in this woodland. I led you to this strange and difficult place to get to because it is so isolated and quiet. And I may speak with you and there will be no onlookers, no passers-by, just the occasional curious insect, bird or little mammal come to peek at you and ask what you're up to. This new project you are launching, the Mamas, the New Earth Mamas, I want you to know this. We are the peak of your civilization. You've been told it is the technological, metallized, the robotized. In reality, of course, it is not. It is the moss growing on the root that you've spoken to every day, to admire its beautiful curve as it grows and you make a garden from that shape. It is the tree houses you see in your Zok storybooks, how you make living beings turn into structures for you and your kin. It is this way of working with the world of your nature, evolved from, yes, source energy. Your American Indian friends, They had their ways. They got stuck too, my goodness. They created their own systems and they also got stuck, and that's why that fell. Yes, to violence. Dogma leads to violence. Softness, listening, reciprocity. The energy was not sustaining the leading of the female. Now you want the both. You know this. You're seeking this harmony. You're feeling this daily inside you. When you sometimes have the love of your man in your heart and sometimes it is not there, and you feel this strange shape of loss. It's like this piece of jigsaw is not there and it imbalances you. We are moving towards the place and the time where the love forces come together and hold and therefore can build. It is not a cage from which things spring. It is a building from which things spring, a house, a dwelling, the joining together of the energies to increase the output, the outflow, the energetic resonance. See these villages, these dwellings, as big domes of energy, of peace, resonating outwards. You are your own resonators. As you attract in all the goodness of a high frequency vibration, yes, there are free energy systems you can use, and soon you will be able to have access to these. All these independent systems that you may set up in the land, on the land, with the land. Using it, diversifying it, these monocultures of grey woodlands abandoned and changed into rich floribunda. And you will be sharing like nothing before. And yes, the flight mechanisms will improve. You will have your own ability to fly quietly, peacefully. This is how you get to be in many places and yet withhold the technological overlords from you. You do not live in their grey cities, their structures, their reductionism. You live with the bounty of nature, loved and soothed. There is the bee speaking to us all, busy, traveling miles. You will be the bees, traveling miles to meet your friends, your beloveds, coming home in a day, to soothe, to occupy your time in your beautiful space, share your loves. You will have this time of resonance together, where all that has been cut asunder will be joined again. The good things will come to meet and greet each other. Sometimes it seems you are made into sinews and toughened, and you wonder, where is this spiritual flux of the beautiful feminine, the tender, the delicate, the vulnerable, the soft, the true beauty of femininity? Sometimes you wonder when you get to be this. This is your receptive state, like now, where you may flow my channeled energy through you like a river, like moonlight. Except, yes, that moon is just a mirror. It is not a real, but it is a mirror. It is a thing. It is definitely a thing. See it just as a mirror of the light. And enjoy it for that. And soon your ankle will be good and you will be able to get up and go through this woodland back into the sun. This is my little gift to you as you start off this journey to introduce people back into their true homes. There'll be so much fear of scarcity. Do we know how to live? How can we survive? Where can we go? And this love, you will just gently nudge them, inspire them, remind them, encourage them. You will all have your Wi-Fi's tools still, yes, for you do need the communication, and that is understood. And this reciprocal sharing, this is where you go with this. Tools for the new earth, to live in harmony with yourselves, with your spirits, to feed your bellies well, to clothe your bodies beautifully, keep yourself warm in winter and cool in summers, to give yourself spaces and places for play and love and rest, research, doing all the things that you beings do so well, understanding the gift that is in front of your nose, your favorite expression. Thank you, Amma. Right, time for me to leave the forest for a little bit. And I think my foot is feeling much better. That's the bruise. See? La la. Much better. It doesn't even hurt now. Clever earth. Thank you. Just so you can see, this is the path. Doesn't look very pathy, does it? But it will be. The meadow's just there. My foot is healed. My ankle is healed. And there's no reason to doubt that I can get nicely through this path. I am friends with nature after all. Here we go. There is a path there where that stump is. That's still what I have to get through. And you might be able to see the contrast of what I've beaten clear. Yup, it's like that. And there we have it. Whoop whoop. Yes. There is the path I carved. Ha. You just can't be afraid. So I hope you enjoyed the healing that I experienced. That was a completely unnecessary route that I took. But as cheeky Earth said, Amma said, she brought me there for the experience. I know how to deal with pain. It was painful, I tell you. But joining with the Earth energy avatar style and letting that field completely heal and soothe me. I was also tired from bashing my way through that jungly woodland. And then I got through the rest of it, found my pathway, and got back up the hill and laughed to myself as the entirety of that circuit, I saw how cheeky she was. As she said, bringing me to that place where there were no signals, where I could clearly hear and channel her, allow her to speak and be heard. We have these remedies everywhere around us. You don't need much space to grow herbs. Every day I collect herbs for my tea, for my scrambled eggs, whatever it is I'm eating, salads. It's just in front of my house. I don't even spend very much time growing it. I chuck a bit of water on sometimes, do a little bit of pruning. It's there. It's our medicine. I don't use medicine, probably one paracetamol in the last year and rescue remedy. That's my full gamut of medicine. We have it right on our doorsteps. It's called nature. And it's time to remember this. So please share this with those who want to remember about healing, how simple it is. Energy is there. We don't need to have some technological instrument. You have yourself, your spirit, infinite creation. You have the earth. We need to start waking up to this that we have and use it. We're going to need it very soon, just for a short time when all those other civilizational props disperse themselves and fall apart for a while. So get to know nature and come follow me on my new channel. I will let you know when it starts, and my amazing talk with Dr. Chanel, Sherry Divband, Monica Painter, Oksana Buchanan on the 26th of July, all about connecting our children with their inner being, with their spiritual selves, and keeping that connection. So this was Activating Your Human Potential. I am Dr. Isabel Aimee. Thank you so much. Please do like, comment, and share this.